Hello guys, today let's learn about semantic network. So, what is semantic network? It is often used as a form of knowledge representation. Let's look at the definition. So, semantic networks are alternative of predicate logic for knowledge representation. In semantic networks, we can represent our knowledge in the form of graphical networks with nodes representing objects in the world and objects representing the relation between them. It is used to graph the relationship between objects and ideas. Semantic network is a method of connecting objects in a semantic way. There are many different methods for connecting objects, such as entity relationship diagram, data flow diagram, activity diagram, and many more. Semantic net is also quite general method which represents objects and connectors. So, this is an idea that complements frames. In frames, an individual object is defined and expressed using a frame. But in semantic networks, the inter-object connection is defined and expressed using semantic nets. Relations are predicate names and connecting objects are argument. In reverse relation, in case of mother, it is father. Let us look at some properties of semantic network. It is a form of knowledge representation. It is an alternative of predicate logic frames. It is represented using label-directed graphs. Some of the components of semantic network are nodes, which is used to represent objects or concept. Links. It is used to represent the relationship between nodes. This representation consists of mainly two types of relation. Is a relation, which is used in case of inheritance, that is when you want to show some kind of hierarchy. Next is instance of, that is when you want to show what kind of relationship is there between the objects. Let us look at some example of semantic network. We have five sentences, namely Jerry is a cat, Jerry is a mammal, Jerry is owned by Priya, Jerry is brown colored. All mammals are animals. So the first sentence, Jerry is a cat. It is represented using is a relationship. Second, Jerry is a mammal. Here, Jerry is also a cat and also a mammal. So it is a hierarchical type. So it is represented using is a. Next, Jerry is owned by Priya. It is a direct relation. So Jerry is owned by Priya. Jerry is brown colored. This is also a direct relationship. So next is all mammals are animals. This is a hierarchical relation. Like Jerry is a cat, cat is a mammal, mammal is an animal. So it is represented using is a relation. So let us see what is the need to represent objects. As we see in the picture, Sachin is a presenter of a bat and Sarfaraz is the receiver of the bat. That is, Sachin gives his bat to Sarfaraz. So, what is wrong in the following representation? First, bat is not an object. Second, what if another bat is given by someone else? Here, two bats are represented by a single object when we have two presenters and two receivers. But here the question arises, who gives the bat to whom? So we have bat B1 and B2 as the instance of bat. Here we can easily understand that Sachin gives his bat B1 to Sarfaraz and Dravid gives his bat B2 to Jay. Bat B1 and bat B2 are represented as instance of bat. We have two types of quantifiers. First is the universal quantifier. It asserts that a predicate within the scope of a universal quantifier is true of every value of a predicate variable. For every x, it is represented as following. Second is the existential quantifier. It is the one which represents the existence of at least one object which has a particular property. There exist an X such that it is represented as the following. Let us see how universal quantifier is represented. Let's have a look at the below flowchart. Here we have three objects: statement, player, and physical fit. We have an instance of statement as S. We have an instance of player as P. Here, every statement S is true for every player P. Let us see how existential quantifier is represented. Let's have a look at the below flowchart. Here, we have three objects: statement, player, and singer. Here, S is an instance of statement, P is an instance of player, S is an instance of singer. Here, there exists a statement for every player. Let us look at some advantages of semantic network. It is a natural representation of knowledge. It conveys meaning in a transparent manner. These networks are simple and easily understandable. Thank you.